Welcome to Talley Talks. My name's Gardo.
And my name is Jenna.
And welcome to Talley Talks. As you heard, her
wow,
name is Jenna.
already screwed it up, and we're 5 seconds in. But that's okay. You just got to roll with the punches sometimes. That's what college is teaching us.
That's true. So this is our new podcast. We rented out the stuff from Hill about an hour ago.
Yes, yeah. DH Hill, DH Thrill, a good time.
Yep.
You say it like we have an old podcast, but no, this is our first podcast.
Yeah, but we have envisioned at least 300 podcasts in the future.
Very true. Let's give a little backstory. Like,
Okay.
What is this podcast? Why are we doing it? What is our vision?
Okay, so why were we doing this? It was
This
originally...
sounds so boring. Okay, podcast listeners right now, just sit back, relax. If you're in the car, buckle up for a good time, okay? Like, let's just all take a deep breath in and out. Ready? I hated that. We've considered making this an ASMR podcast. We've even recorded some ASMR.
That's true. We might have a segment of ASMR, but this podcast is not specifically ASMR.
I feel like a lot of people don't know what that is, but...
ASMR stands for Audio Resuscitatory Submarine
Yep. Mm-hmm. There, you came back.
Reptile.
I was really nervous there at first, but then you really came back and got it right.
Thank you.
It is Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response.
Ooh, that is right, isn't it? I've heard it before, but I
did you not believe that I was correct? I'm a graphic design student. Of course I'm right. Oh, by the way, we should probably introduce our backstories.
It's true.
Who we are.
Yeah.
Our, reason for existing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's because of our
I'll start out. We're
parents.
both freshmen.
Yeah.
I'm speaking for you too.
Oh.
I'm from Greensboro. It's about an hour away from Raleigh.
I'm from Apex. I went to Apex High.
Ooh, that's a great opener.
We should do that.
So let's tell a little story.
Okay.
So Gardo is not from Apex High. That's a little joke between us.
It's a little
from
inside
how we
joke.
met.
Yeah.
You tell the story, Gardo.
So we were
By
talking
the
about
way,
this.
his name's not Gardo.
It is
It's
Gardo.
a lie. He's a sociopath. We'll tell that story later, though. Let's start with one story first.
We could take a sociopath test on the
On the
pod.
podcast?
No, it's called the pod.
Oh, yeah.
now,
Oh, by the way, guys, call it the pod now.
Oh, wait. Our abbreviation is TT.
Yeah, it's called TT.
Or double
The
T's.
TT pod.
Double T's.
That's very disturbing, the TT pod. We need a name. You know how
pod.
YouTubers have
It's like TT time.
the audience names,
Oh, they have yeah.
what is, I don't have a
what you're talking
YouTuber
about.
in mind
Yeah,
right now,
it's
but they have little,
It's
like a
their name's
fandom.
like Sam Smith and his fans are like the Smithers or something.
the Beeb, what is it? The
Beatbox?
Believers.
Believers, yeah, that's
just
right.
like that. We'll come up with it later. The Talley Talkers.
Ooh.
Well, honestly, this podcast is just
The
meant
Talley
for...
townsfolk. Has to be
I
alliterative.
honestly kind of love it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tally.
But honestly,
yeah.
this podcast is just for NC State.
Yeah.
All you Wolfpackers out there, we're here to, bring in the memes.
If
we got a lot of
anyone
those.
from any college is listening to this, especially UNC or Duke,
Oh yeah,
we know you're listening
UNC
to it.
people just end now.
Yeah.
Just click off, go to stuff you should know podcast, learn some actual information. Ooh, that's a good podcast. By the way. Shout out to you guys.
That's right.
That's a great podcast. Do you listen to that one?
What podcast?
Stuff
I was
You Should
listening to.
Know?
Stuff You Should Know?
It's actually great. Yeah.
Huh. I never listened to it.
Do you even? I'm actually a diehard podcast fan.
I love podcasts too.
We should talk about the podcast that we listen to. Kind of,
That's true.
spread the love.
I like that.
We gotta spread the love to the other podcasts because you only get somewhere to the top by bringing up others with you.
And by getting money from sponsors.
Oh yeah. By the way,
Casper Mattress.
Casper.
Right now, we're gonna say your mattresses suck, but we know they're good. But we're not gonna say that unless you pay us to say it.
and also Audible.com.
Oh, Poopery. Remember that?
Wait, they
Potpourri?
do podcast sponsorships?
Is it Potpourri or Poopery?
Poopery. I know because my sweet mate buys them for us, and I'm like, "What are you trying to say, dog?" She buys 10 of them, and we have a collection.
Are
and
they
they're each $20 each. It's so bizarre. I never use it though.
Wait, so you just spray it after the poop?
This is not what I want to talk about. My first podcast. You spray it on the toilet bowl. If anyone knows what that is, it's like a toilet bowl spray. And I don't know why Gardo's bringing it up right now because they definitely...
They sponsor podcasts.
I listen to so many podcasts and I've never heard a sponsorship for Poopery. Okay, we really got to get back. We're going on so many rambles. Expect a lot of rambles. This is kind of just an introduction introductory podcast. Just kind of get you guys to, know who we are. Invite you to come on this podcasting journey with us. Just start a conversation.
Yeah.
We really want this podcast to be a safe space.
Something that you can listen to like on the way to the Centennial. You're like, I'm waiting for the bus.
Centennial. That's right.
Okay, I'll edit the V out. But now I can't. I'll have this the entire thing part.
I like it. Keep it in.
Thank you. Anyway,
Thank you.
something you can listen to like while you're eating by yourself in One Earth, and Jenna's not like, oh, I know you.
Explain that. You can't say things and then not
Okay,
explain it.
yeah,
We have to pretend like there's someone that we completely do not know sitting with us right now in
That's
Talley.
true. Yeah.
Fourth
Even though you
floor.
probably know them. So
You're right.
Jenna knows most everyone that steps foot on this campus, and if she doesn't know them, she'll know them soon. She's just a very extroverted person, and I ate with her at One Earth. At One Earth once, and we were just having some food, and she would like every like minute or so she was like, oh, I know that person, and I'm like, oh wow, and then I was like, oh, I know this person, and you're like, is it a game? And
We
then she started
started a
pointing
game
out
of
all
how
these
many people we know.
And the funny thing was the first person that I pointed out, I didn't even know him at all.
Yeah, because Gardo lies, and that's something you guys are going to get to know, that we're all trying to like help Gardo become a better person.
This is what the podcast is about. It's an intervention.
It's an intervention. It's an actual journey to ethics for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah?
That's kind of become my reputation, because there's a few people in my life now that definitely know way more people than I do and make me feel so inferior socially. And it makes me uncomfortable, because amongst some people, I like will walk into Talley and I'm with them, and it'll just be like table after table that I see people and they're just like, what the crap, Jenna? But I just like people, and I think that's something I've learned about myself since coming to college.
Yeah.
I thought I was introverted.
What?
In high school, I definitely thought I was
Interesting.
an introvert, but I'm an ENFJ, if you've taken
Mhm.
the Myers-Briggs.
I'm an INFJ.
So we're pretty similar.
Yeah, just
Basically
letter apart.
the same person.
Though they're only 4 letters.
Anyways, tell the story about how we met. I think I'll start, and then you can kind of, give your feedback. So this is how Gardo and I met, and then the rest is history after I tell you the story. So first week of school, I believe, one of the first weeks of school, there was a soccer game on campus, the soccer field near Talley.
Dalefield.
Oh, is that what it's
Do
called?
you know I thought it was called Dolly Field for a long time?
I didn't
also
even
had a
know that it was
physics
called
professor-
Dale Field. Okay, we really need to move on.
I had a physics
So-
professor named Son Dolly, and he was the best. If anyone's taking Physics 205, takes a
Don't.
Dolly Son. Yeah, first off, if you don't
Don't.
have to, don't, because it's terrible. But if you do have to, Dolly Son is the sweetest guy who can't speak English very well, but he's very sweet.
There you go.
Yeah.
Shout out to you. My dad used to always say, if you don't know, don't. Which I actually feel like is not a very not great advice.
Was that the full advice?
That's like,
if you don't know, don't.
So like if I were like, I was like a really anxious middle schooler, and I'd be like, I don't really want to go to like Cindy's party because I'm like really tired. And my dad's like, if you don't know about it, don't. Or like something like that along those lines. I don't actually remember the full advice. Sorry,
Mhm.
Dad. But basically, I kind of don't. That's like the one piece of advice I don't really agree with my dad on, because I'm one of those people. I'm one of those persons. I'm one of those people that needs to be like pushed out of your comfort zone. So if I when I was in middle school, that's why I thought I was an introvert. I like wouldn't want to go to things, because I honestly just enjoy my own company. I think I'm a
yeah.
pretty funny person, and so I didn't really feel the need to go be social like I do now. But I like just didn't really want to go to things, and I don't know now. Like if I go to something that I was unsure about, like I kind of want to stay back. Now if I go, I'm like, oh my gosh, like
Yeah, exactly.
if I had stayed home, I would have been so sad, because I
here.
just had a great time and met this new person or did this or that. So definitely, I don't agree with that advice. I'd say if you're unsure about it, pray about it.
You heard it first here, Steve.
Yeah, that's my dad saying.
Hey.
Shout out to you, Dad.
Well, yeah. So I met a new friend in Talley the other day.
Wait, we need to finish our freaking story. Gardo, come on now, bud. It's literally been like, I don't even know how long we've already. We're gonna tell a story and then you can talk. Ready?
We've been recording for like 11 minutes, but I'm
That's
sure this
fine.
is like probably a minute into the podcast.
We're gonna get
'cause
better.
I've
We
edited so
promise,
much.
people. We're
Yeah.
definitely gonna get better. Okay, so back to the story. I went to the soccer game. My roommate was there. Shout out to you, Claire. A lot of shout outs here. And I was texting with some friends to meet up with them. I see them, and they were in this row, but like in the center of it. And Gardo was sitting next to my roommate, and he's on the outside of the row. And so I sit down because there was only one space available at the end. And I say hey to Claire. I say hey to the other people sitting in the seats and in the stadium, and my roommate is from a high school around here that a lot of people go to, and she knows, or she like did know a lot of people coming in, which I didn't know a ton of people, and so every person that we would see would like be from her school. So I would just like, they were talking, I just assumed, I was like, oh, do you go to, you know, such school? And, you know, don't want to expose the school.
That's right.
And we don't want to like impose on her privacy.
That's right.
So you're gonna
It's
bleep that
Apex High. I'll bleep it out.
it's gonna be like murmur. And
yeah.
okay, stop. Okay. You're just putting more work on yourself. You realize this, right?
I know.
Okay.
I'll just be quiet. Okay. I'll unplug the mic.
And I said, "Are you from blah blah blah?" And he's just like, "Yeah." They, you know, start telling me like, "Yeah, we like went to school together." And keep in mind, I don't really know my roommate very well at this point. We honestly didn't get super close until the second semester, freshman year. So keep in mind, I'm sitting there and Gardo says something like, oh, do you want me to move? Like, do you want to sit with your friends? And I said, well, we can be friends. Like, we'll sit. Like, I like meeting people. Like, we'll be besties. And, you know, I thought we were hitting it off. I thought we were becoming besties. And
yeah, we were talking about the game, like how
not
good
really,
stuff.
but kind of.
A little bit.
So we're just sitting there and I'm just talking to Gardo about, you know, where he grew up and his major. He's an engineer with a minor in piano, talking to him a little about music, and they kind of start telling me a little bit about their backstory, because I know he knows some other people on the road that were sitting with us as well, like for sure. So it's clear that like they have history people, but I did not know that some of these people went to like different high schools,
And
but
she
they're
didn't
all
know
in the
who-
same area.
Yeah, she didn't know who I had
around
history with.
NC State.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, my roommate Claire starts telling the story of like, oh, Cardo, like tell Jenna the story of, you know, when we were in elementary school and I like was sharpening my pencil and they're
No. Well, first, you're like, where'd you go to high school? And Claire and I were talking about this earlier, I think. I'm not sure when, but I knew she was from Apex High. So
okay, you're going to have to murmur that out again.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Okay.
You're making so much work for yourself, Gardo.
Okay,
Wow. He's the sound guy. He like actually knows how to do sound stuff and audio, so that's his job.
Yeah, so if it sounds bad, you know it's my fault.
I'm in graphics, and so I like have the social expertise and also the like graphics or creative side of things. So
she's the one behind the Instagram account that
yes,
followed
social
you.
media director, graphic design, and yeah. That's and you know podcast personality.
That's right.
Of course. Okay, continue.
Anyway, so I knew that Claire went to Apex High for some reason. I'm not really bad at remembering conversations, apparently. And Jenna was like, what high school are you from? And I was like, Apex High.
Oh
and
God,
Claire was...
you keep saying it.
Oh, yeah.
We can just keep it
and
at
Claire
this
was...
point.
I like gave Claire a look, and she like knew what was going on. And she was like, in her eyes, she was like, I'm going to go with it. And I was
So
like,
basically, they had
yes.
an inside joke that they were going to trick me.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, I just met these people. And so they start coming with all these stories about being like kids and like getting pencil shavings in
the eye.
in their eyes.
Yeah, I was like, hey, Claire, remember that one time with the pencil savings? And
And-
then we both start cracking up like it was some
Like
like
it was
old
something
story
great.
from like 4th grade. And you're like, yeah, when I was sharpening the pencil. And then we were like hitting off each other. Like I would say something about the pencil sharpener and she'd be like, and then it broke and then the pencil shavings on your eye.
Yeah, and honestly, it wasn't a very well like scripted story, and I knew
But-
it, and I was like, this doesn't sound very like interesting. Like, why is this such a good memory? I was kind of confused.
Well, that's the thing. If it's like some absurd memory, you'd be
That's why-
questioning it. But if it's so ordinary, then you'd be like, why would they be lying about this? I guess it's true.
So yeah, basically, I had no reason to not believe these people. They're complete strangers to me. I'd only slept in the same dorm room with Claire for like 1 or 2 nights. And basically at the end of the game, we were joking because I knew that Gardo knew this other girl that I'm friends with. Shout out to you, Piper. And we were going to joke about how we like dated in middle school or something. Or remember, it was something like that. Like we were going to pretend like we knew each other.
Oh, yeah.
And that she was going to be confused. Like, how do you guys know each other? So we were
Yes.
playing this. So Gardo was like joking with me in between his, like, we were going to like planning.
The thing
We were
was,
planning
so
to joke with Piper and like in a parentheses of you joking with me.
exactly. So I was
This
joking
is getting
with
too
Jenna.
confusing.
I was
Basically, he lied to me and broke the trust very early on. Then it caused a
Yeah.
lot of time for me to like get over.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not sure you're over it yet.
I think I'm over it. Like I think we've had like a semester of friendship.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't know, but
Anyway, yeah, it was
Anyways.
difficult, but it was fun for me to do that.
yeah. And then I saw him again later, and I was like, oh, it's this liar. I was actually mad. Like
Well-
that night when I found out. like, I mean, I handled it fine or whatever.
It was in Howling
but
Cow.
Yeah,
Shout
it
out
was
to
in
Howling
Howling
Cow.
Cow. And like some of my other friends was like, what would you say if Gardo said that him and Claire didn't go to the same school? And I was like, honestly, I'd believe it. I'd be pretty gullible with that. And yeah, so she was like, oh yeah. And she exposed the story and I was mad. And I felt like Gardo and I had just become great friends. And I felt like the trust had been broken very early on.
You guys can't see this, but she's looking me dead in the eye, and she's like, has this like dead look, like she's about to murder me. She's like, yeah, the trust is broken really early on.
No, I'm over it. It's fine. Anyways, that's the story. So if we ever, reference Gardo being a murderer or a sociopath or a liar,
There was no mention
or a
of murder in
stalker,
there.
it's
That's a
all
different
kind
story.
of based around that first story of me meeting him, because later on, when I would see him around campus, the people he was with would reference him being a liar. Like when he would first meet him, he would like lie about funny things. And so everyone's just like, oh yeah, Gardo lies all the time, but like in funny ways, not like actual like serious ways, within a good margins.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. He's not like gonna be in jail, or at least we hope not.
Yeah.
We flash this back to like you're on like a documentary in like 20 years, and it's like flashing back to this podcast, like how it all started.
Yeah.
Like making of a murderer.
Ooh.
Anyways, I don't think Gardo's a murderer, guys. We've taken the sociopath test a few times now.
Mm-hmm.
He's failed it with flying colors.
Whatever means that I
He
am
is
definitely
one.
a sociopath.
Yeah, we'll retake it sometime on the podcast, on the pod.
On the pod, yes.
But that's just something I feel like you podcasters, you listeners need to know, just as a good reference tool for the future if you're going to be a diehard Talley Talks listener.
That's right.
Yeah.
So if I tell you a story, never believe me.
Well, I'll tell you. I'm like the
Wholeheartedly.
voice of truth and reason.
You don't know if all my stories I've told you are true.
I mean, I was honestly very skeptical of every single thing. Remember when you like told me your middle name and you had to show me your like ID
Yeah.
for me to believe you? Which I honestly kind of forgot your middle name. I think it's like James or something. No, it's not.
It's close.
Justin. No, I know it's not it. Okay, we'll figure this out later.
You have the two. Well, you have the first letter right.
J.
Uh-huh.
T. I'm just kidding. Jean. I was literally about to say Jacques Rousseau. Or
Ooh. Jean-Jacques Rousseau.
Anyways, Gardo, whenever I see him around, he always has these girls with him, or just like one girl at a time, not like a squad of them, just one. But they're always like it's like a different girl every time. So we call them his guard hose. By the way, Gardo is not his real name. It's his last name, but I call him Gardo because Michael just does not fit his face or personality or essence or spirit at all.
If you looked at me, you'd be like, is that a Michael? And then you find out my last name is Gardo. I'd be like, oh, he's a Gardo.
He's a Gardo.
I'm not a Gardho.
Okay, really quickly, y'all, I just want to tell you kind of what we're thinking for the future of this. We're thinking we would sometimes go around Talley, keep an eye out for us. And during the day, maybe like in the afternoons when it's not too loud that, the audio would be okay, we would kind of interview some people, maybe have
Just
a little advice segment.
Look for the two coolest people you've ever seen on
Yeah,
Talley.
exactly.
And be like, oh.
We're probably wearing all dark colors.
It's true. Or just like dark toned earthy colors.
Yeah, we're both very earthy people.
Yeah. Down to earth.
Well, one of us. Just kidding. Love you.
Is it because you're high as a kite on Percocet?
Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay, so you're also going to hear a lot of references to Percocet.
Yeah.
I'm not a druggie. I promise. I broke my wrist. Funny story. We're going to save that for a different time. It's a whole podcast in and of itself.
It's got pictures,
I have
too.
a reputation around campus, actually. And until you hear the story, you're going to be like, oh, it's this girl.
Mm-hmm.
So cliffhanger right there.
Mm-hmm.
We got to keep the listeners coming.
But also, we're thinking about...
But anyways, I took Percocet. They need to know that I'm not, like, addicted to drugs. Like, I was on Percocet because of the pain and because I broke my wrist and like, fractured it and had to have surgery. And so for, like, 2 days, I only took it for, like, 2 days because I think I was allergic to it and stopped taking it. I was reacting really weird, and I was basically, like, high on Percocet, walking around campus, being weird. And Gardo saw me for, like, a few of the hours, and actually, that's kind of how the podcast started, is because of the Percocet.
True.
It's because I honestly didn't remember doing it, which is funny. I found it on my phone the other day. I was like, I literally don't remember this.
Interesting. Yeah, you were trying to print something for like 30 minutes.
Well, like, I remember being there, but I don't know. I just don't remember like what we were saying.
Yeah, and also the whole like defense on
We
that
did,
you're
like,
not
a
actually a
voice
druggie.
memo.
I can just edit that out, and they'll just think you're a druggie. I'm just
No,
gonna edit the part out. You're
I'm
like,
definitely gonna like check the thing, the whole.
I guess you are the social media person, so you can probably like delete it and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course.
My biceps are. I worked out.
Gardo's been going to the gym recently, or at least
Yeah.
he's been telling himself that he's been going to the gym. He's only been like one day because he'll go like on Sunday, right? Then Monday he'll have a skip day, and Tuesday he'll have a skip day, and then Wednesday it's just his like, okay, maybe like one day he'll miss, and then he'll go again. He'll like walk in and just like leave, and then he'll go again like an actual day, and then he's like, yeah, I've been going to the gym every day.
Yeah.
And we're like, wait, what about Tuesday? And you're like, oh, that was my skip day. But like Monday, you were like in class, like, oh, that's my skip day too.
no. Here's what.
But yeah, he's been working out.
No, what-
He's getting buff.
yeah, I can barely fit through doors anymore. It's just like I have to just turn sideways.
I'm standing right in front of you, bud. I
Yeah,
see.
she can barely see me. My biceps.
I mean,
are
I
just
can't
like,
even see the giant chair that you're sitting in right now because
That's
you're
right.
just covering it all up.
I'm scared that I'm just gonna crush it under my like
Honestly,
muscle
Mr.
mass.
Hulk over here.
Mm. I'm also naturally green. If you guys didn't know, so
I mean, you're more of like you're like what is it? You're like Snapchat Bitmoji. It literally is the weirdest color.
what do you mean?
Like you are kind of green.
In
You're
the
like
Snapchat
a
Bitmoji?
greenish brown.
What do you
We've
mean?
literally talked about this, Gardo.
No, we haven't.
Yes, we have. Because you have your Snapchat maps on, which I always see. And I think that's
Why are you
so
always
sus.
stalking me?
Because
Look at this. Is that-
I like to stalk you.
Maybe. Well,
Just
I
kidding.
don't
Because
know.
you're always in Burgaw anyways. By the
What do
way,
you
he
mean?
lives in Burgaw. Go knock on his door.
Burgaw 503F.
Is that really it?
No, there's no fifth level and there's no.
Okay,
Fs.
I was about to be like so mad at you. I'm like, take this seriously, bro.
It's
Yeah,
me.
you're a weird color. I mean, I guess it's
You're
accurate.
a weird color. That's so.
I am. I'm not a cute color.
Oh.
Yeah. So basically, for this podcast, I'm gonna keep talking about this because I'm trying to get it out.
Oh yeah.
We were thinking about doing kind of like a walk around Talley. Obviously, the origin of the title and name of our podcast, Talley Talks. We thought it'd be fun to kind of interview some people that we find interesting, have some good stories to tell, just a fun personality, just make our campus feel more united, sense
Yeah.
of, get the Wolfpackers in here.
We need Jenna to have
Pack.
more friends. That's what
Yeah,
needs to happen.
I need so many more friends.
Yeah, she's
Oh my
had
gosh.
like 3 friends.
Like I have too much time on my hands right now
That's true.
for social things. My
Well,
mom
Jenna's
called today,
also. Huh? Yeah.
and my mom called. It was like getting so mad at me because she saw a Snapchat that I posted in my friend's room the other night. But it wasn't even. It was probably like 2 a.m. But anyways, it didn't post until like 5 a.m.
Oh.
So she thought that I was up in my friend's room across campus at like 5 a.m. And she starts going off on me, just telling me how it's my responsibility to take care of myself and be getting. She said, "You're at college to get good sleep," and I said, "That is not why I'm at college." And she said,
at college
"And
to
get good
podcast,
grades." And
Mom.
I said, "I am getting good grades. I am at college to start a podcast."
That's right. Yeah.
It's a life experience I've always wanted to have.
It's a lifestyle.
It's on my bucket list.
Well, you can cross it off now.
Yeah. I mean,
Know what I'm saying?
technically when we publish it.
But like when they listen to this, we already will have published it. Isn't that crazy to think about?
Yeah.
We are recording this at 10:54 on January 31st,
Aw,
2019.
that's cute. We as we are like setting up our equipment, we are sitting here. We're like 10 years or like 5 years. We're gonna like come back here and be like sit in the same spot and have it like our 5th year anniversary. I don't know. Maybe
In
you
10
meant like
years,
you said,
we'll come
you
back
said
for
our
our 5th
100th like
anniversary.
our 100th podcast.
She's a design student, guys.
What?
She doesn't know
What'd
math.
you say?
You said in
Okay,
10
'cause
years
it
we'll
keeps
come back here
switching
for our
out.
5th anniversary.
No, because I switched. I was like, in 10 years? I was like, no, that's too long. 5 years? No, that's too
Okay.
long. Let's do our 100th podcast episode. We'll like come back to the spot in the 4th floor of Talley near the Spire or the Talley Tower, whatever the heck you call it.
Mhm.
And
It's
we'll
the
be like,
Talley Talks
this is sweet.
Spire.
This is like a sweet little memory. Yeah, and it'll be really tender.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Speaking
excited.
of, do you have a tender?
Tender with an E.
Do you have a
But I do
Tinder,
not have
though?
a Tinder. Do you?
No.
Ooh, we should have like a
kidding.
dating episode. Ooh.
Ooh.
What if we like
spicy.
found each other dates and like brought them in for the podcast and like interviewed them and like met them on the podcast?
Oh, we need more mics for that.
I have so many people. Oh my
Don't
god,
we?
are you kidding? Oh yeah, we do need more mics. That's a work. It's a work in progress.
Also,
Honestly,
what-
tell us on Instagram, or I don't even know if you can comment on We're gonna see what platforms we can get this podcast
You can comment on
on.
iTunes. You can like us
Yeah.
on SoundCloud.
Oh yeah, please rate us too.
Yes. Oh,
Ooh,
for
maybe we'll
sure.
surpass like Oprah's.
Yeah.
We
You
need
got
diehard
that.
followers first. We're like getting way ahead of ourselves,
I
y'all.
know. Yeah, so if this podcast sounds scatterbrained, this is the most organized conversation we've ever had.
Honestly, I think so.
Yeah.
But what's cool about this is that we can edit it to make it sound even more organized than it really is.
She says we can edit it, but
I'll be there. I'll like be next to you.
you want to do that?
Yeah, sure.
Might take a little bit.
Yeah, we decided that we're not going to talk the rest of the week
Yeah.
because I think I've seen you like a decent bit recently, but that's just because we've been in the same place at the same time. But we're not going to talk so that we're going to have things to talk about in the podcast.
Yes. Also, we were thinking about having segments. So
Yeah.
in addition to Jenna's idea that she told you guys about earlier about interviewing people around Talley, that could be maybe a segment of the podcast, and then we could have another segment where it's just us talking about things like maybe it's advice that we have for you guys around campus, or
Yeah.
if it's
We could talk
like,
about, relevant things.
exactly, yeah, or like things that happened recently, like that buzzer beater that
Beater?
Braxton
Yeah.
Beverly.
Oh, yeah. Braxton Beverly, this is your official invitation to the Tally Talks podcast.
Yes.
We would be honored to have you. Honestly, I want to know. You know what I want to know?
What do you want to know?
I want to know what Braxton Beverly did the night of the buzzer beater. Like, I just feel like that had to have felt so good.
Yeah.
Like that is like
I mean, did
the
you see the
shot he's
smile on
probably
his
been
face?
dreaming about.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you go to the game
I didn't.
this past
Oh.
weekend?
Mm,
Or Tuesday? It was
UVA?
Tuesday. The UVA, yeah.
No, I watched the last 3 minutes of it.
I was looking at the score with some of my friends had it on their phone. I went to a concert downtown. That's why I have this X on my hand.
Yeah. She's not only is she a druggie, but she's also going into bars underage and parties
No,
underage.
it definitely was not. I'm not that type of person, you guys. So yeah, and we were going to this great concert. It was the band Camino. Shout out to you guys. Great music. That's
Get on the podcast.
Yes. Oh my gosh. If the band Camino got on the podcast, I'd die.
Yeah.
They're great. You guys actually look them up on Spotify. Them and this band called Hardcastle opened up. That I actually like. They're a little bit angsty, like rocker vibes, know. But listen to their song. I think "Back to You" and also "Invisible," and then band Camino. Some great songs to start with are "My Thoughts on You," "Know Me," "Black and White."
Literally, no one's like has a pencil and paper right now and be like, oh yeah,
Well-
I'm listening to this podcast and I'm gonna write it on all these songs.
Well, they can like pause it.
But-
Yeah, pause it right now and go to Spotify.
Don't do it.
Do it unless
Don't
you're
do it.
driving. If you're walking around campus, yeah, go to Spotify and look up the band Camino.
Even walking and looking at your phone is dangerous.
You know what?
Those lime
They
scooters,
can-
lime
they
bikes,
can stop.
skateboards.
We're not going to talk about it.
If you're listening to
Do
this
not
podcast right
mention
now,
lime
stop.
scooters. They're not okay. First off, we're not going to talk about places or people or companies unless they sponsor us.
That's right.
Or
We can
unless
just
we're
hate on companies, though.
Dumb, but we're not sponsoring, or we're not going to be sponsored by Lime,
Yeah.
and you will know in the future why.
What if they pay us like
That's a little
$1,000?
Easter egg. 1,000.
What's the minimum amount of money? 1,000's pretty good.
I mean, I think they would have to like sell all their souls. Like every employee in that company would have to sell their souls to us for us to.
Oh wow!
Allow
I'd do it for
them.
like $10.
You would do it for like a penny.
Earlier today.
Gardo will do anything. That's something about Gardo is that he really isn't. I like that about you. Is that I'm just to compliment you there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He will really do anything. It's so fun. We were just walking around and we were at the atrium like in the dark. So like people on the inside of the atrium, couldn't see. Like he was really on the outside. So he walks up and I said, "How much do I need to give you if you to go up and like lay this hand on the window and like kind of freak these guys out?"
Next to so you guys know what the atrium looks like. So how those like high chairs next to the windows, like you can see outside the atrium. Look us at the brickyard.
Mm-hmm.
We were walking past those windows, and I was like, "How much will you pay me to put my hand against this glass?" So it's like, you've guys seen like the people in prison where they can't touch their like family, but they like put their hand on the glass.
Describe it to you,
Really,
yeah.
really like sad
I was thinking like romance movies or something, but yeah, I guess prison that works.
romance. When did they do that in romance
I
movies?
don't know. I can't really think of a great example in my head, but it sounded like
Romance prison movies.
Love those. It's my favorite
Same
genre.
here. Have you seen Prison Break?
No, I actually haven't. I've heard it's good though.
It's really good. It's so stressful though. It's like every single
I don't like
episode, it's
stressful
like they're
things.
like he's digging like a little hole in the back of
So
the.
he's trying to escape.
Yeah, Prison
Well,
Break.
AKA it's called Prison Break. Thank Jenna. Thank.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could talk about I think we could talk about entertainment. Like
Oh,
good
yeah.
movies and such. I just watched Bird Box last night.
Oh yeah, you did.
I did. It was a little stressful,
Mm-hmm.
but I liked it. People really hate on that movie.
They said the acting wasn't good. I've never seen it.
No, okay, the little girl. Okay, this is.
Child
I
actors are
want the little
terrible.
girl, the little baby girl in there that's like 5 years old to come on this podcast because she's a wonderful actor.
Is she
actress.
actually?
She's so cute and like she killed the game. Like she's gonna be like the next big thing. I swear.
Is she a good actor because she's cute?
No, because she in that movie, it's like it's supposed to be this little girl, right, who's like raised in this world and like she doesn't know there's any other children, right?
Mhm.
And she like is just taught to like you be obedient and like survive.
That's how I'm going to teach my kids.
And you know have this keep the blindfold on, et cetera,
Yeah.
et cetera. And she stays so calm, but she was such a good actress. Like in all those hard moments, like she like was like tearing up and like just being precious and like actually an amazing actress.
That's how I'm
Literally
going to raise my
a
kids.
greater actress than like Meryl Streep. Like hello, she
Ooh.
needs to get the next Oscar right there.
Anyway, we were thinking about doing segments. Other segments
Yeah.
could be
So I thought-
favorite songs.
Yeah, entertainment.
yeah.
You know, relevancy.
Uh-huh.
So let us know if you have any ideas. We do have an Instagram. It's at Talley Talks, TalleyTalks. Talley Talks podcast. We have a nice little bio in there and just a profile picture. We're going to start posting on there so you can follow us and like and just stay updated.
Yeah, if you have
Um,
any pictures on there, feel free to comment anything you want.
Give us a
And-
nice little shout out.
That's right.
You know, us, NC State University students gotta support each other.
Mm-hmm.
We want to make it, a fun little time around NC State.
And we want to make it for you guys.
For
We want this
you.
to be a podcast that you can listen to
We are your buds, you
anywhere.
know.
Yeah.
You see us around campus, you go, "Yo, what's up, Gardo?
What's up, Shouty?
What's up, Shouty? Is it your birthday?"
No.
Okay.
I like to tell people it's my birthday tomorrow,
Yeah, he's
so
such
they
a
feel
liar.
inclined to get me a gift.
Have you actually done that? to
Yes,
someone? Oh my
yes.
God.
I've never gone through with like not telling them my birthday actually wasn't tomorrow.
Gardo sounds like he's a bad person, but he's not.
Oh.
But yes, no, please. We would actually love. We have like a little podcasting dream in our hearts,
Mm-hmm.
and we just want to be as legit as we possibly can. Please don't make fun of us. We don't need more haters. Honestly, we're probably talking to all of our future haters right now. Don't you think?
Yeah, probably.
People be like, "Oh, there's those people who like freaking tried to start the podcast."
I wonder if anyone's still listening to us right now. I am
Honestly,
because I'm editing
if you
this.
are, comment on whatever pictures we have on our Instagram.
That's right.
Like a little star.
Star and a turtle.
A star and a turtle, yeah. Those two emojis together are our representation.
And if you do that, Tally Talks will follow you back.
Oh yeah, oh yes.
And like every single one of your pictures, if it's under like 100.
Gardo's gonna take that upon himself. Anyways, we're gonna start doing like Instagram stories with questions, or you guys can we'll ask questions. You guys can like DM us questions or topics that you want us to talk about, and we can even give you a little shout out. We can be like, "Yo, Amy from Massachusetts, she wants to talk about her dog who ate too many apples and." Started talking like Kevin Keats, I think that'd be great. So we really want to connect with you guys in any way possible.
Mhm.
Also, we just run out of things to talk about because we're kind of boring.
We're really super boring. Yeah.
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 Honestly, I'm surprised we haven't died laughing yet.
I
Whenever
know.
we're with each other, I feel like we don't make any sense.
Yeah, it's because we
we're
have
kinda talking
microphones.
over each other. I know. I feel like we're literally looking. I remember that we're looking each other dead in the eye because we're kind of far apart and like listening to each other in a weird way. Stop. Ew.
Yeah. What?
He like leaned over. Okay.
Not over her. Like lean.
Whoa.
It's like over.
Whoa there.
Whoa there.
Whoa there, bub.
Don't call me
Um,
Bub again.
Bubba.
Don't talk.
Bubba Gump.
Bubba Gump?
Bubba. What's that? Bub Watson.
Oh, yeah.
He won the Masters.
He did.
He did. I'm proud of myself for knowing that.
Did it sound like I knew what you were talking
Go
about?
sports. Bubba Watson, come on the podcast. We'll talk about your Masters experience and
That's
how you
right.
got into golf.
Yeah. Have you ever golfed before?
Yeah, I played like par 3.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
not-
Like
not
par
super
3,
legit.
like a harder version of a putt-putt course?
Like with actual golf.
I've only played
things.
putt-putt. Shout out to, I know a golfer,
I know a
Alec
golfer.
Hepting.
What?
And he's been televised before playing golf, and I tied him in mini golf. So that
think you're
means
so
that
great.
I basically won the Masters.
Yeah, that's.
Shout out to me.
Are you a major in logic? Because I think you are.
But yeah, Jenna's a major
Shout
in
out,
design, and she's really good.
Thanks.
Everything
I'm good.
you see.
Oh, you think I'm good?
Yeah,
At
you made
life?
that. She made this like wet felted lamp thing, and I was
Yes.
like with her when she was like thinking of ideas, and I was like telling her all my ideas, and she was like, "No, these are all bad." And I was like, "Well, I'm just trying, you
Yeah,
know."
that was funny.
And
Yes, Gardo one night, whenever Gardo and I see each other and we're like, oh, like, hey, let's get dinner or something, we end up hanging out for the next like 17 hours.
yeah,
It's really bad. And then he's like, can you just like set me free now? Because we'll just like, I don't know. It's really funny.
yeah,
But
we like had dinner once, and then like 6 hours later, I was in the design school, like wood burning an Illuminati symbol on this piece of plywood.
Gardo definitely is you're the only person I know that I think could possibly be in the Illuminati one day. Anyways, shout out, or if anyone needs a logic tutor, I was going to say this earlier, but you interrupted. Reach out to Gardo because he's great at logic.
That's right. I had a logic class in high school.
Yeah, same.
Really?
And my little story here, my first day of design studio last semester was rough as crap. To any of the design students, first year experience, liaison, building, the first semester's so rough. They try to like weed you out, I think, and it's all these weird projects, weird concepts. It's just intense. You have like 5 seconds to like whip out some insanely abstract project on like gestalt or illumination or intersection or I don't even know. I don't even remember at this
Like
point.
vague concepts that are judged pretty, like
Light, movement, gravity, and it's like how do I do this out of cardboard and like tape, like, and you're like, I don't know. It's pretty insane, but it was very difficult. I was very stressed out. But the first critique that we had, like, we don't have tests, we have critiques, right? So the first one we have, we're kind of going around and we're like supposed to participate. So we like made these paper sculptures, defining these like really crazy concepts of like gravity. And there was this girl, and I was trying to like participate, and her sculpture was really odd. And I like decided to speak up because this one kid who's like obviously getting a lot of attention from the professor was like, you know, oh, this reminds me of this, or this reminds me of this. And so I was like, this sculpture really reminds me of Plato's allegory of the cave. And literally like everyone's face went blank. And sorry, I'm adjusting my headphones. And I was like, you know, there's like a person and they're in a cave and they're chained up to a wall, and they see in their reflection there's like a fire, and they see you know, like a shadow, reflected onto the wall in front of them, and it looks so much bigger because there's this like tree outside too or whatever, and so basically they see this figure, but they don't know that it's them, and they don't know that behind them that there's like an exit, and you know what I mean, like that they're in a cave. Wait, your thing went out. His microphone went out. Technical difficulties.
Check 1 2. Okay.
But anyways, I was like explaining it because in it they had like this person figure and like a fire and like this cave looking thing. And my professor turns to me and he says, I literally don't think he listened to what I said, but he was like, isn't it just so interesting, you know, generational differences, like this is like a something generation, and how one generation can know one thing and the next generation it's just so much more hip, and you know it might mean one thing to you but it will mean something completely different to me. I honestly don't think he even listened to what I said, because I'm like, wait, you're saying that you wouldn't understand, like your generation wouldn't know Plato? Like that should be my generation. Like Plato is timeless, bruh.
Yeah, that's right.
And it was really awkward after. And I was like, I was like really proud of myself too. I was like, wow,
If I was there, I would've
classical
clapped for you.
education. Thanks.
Standing ovation.
Would you snap for me?
Yeah.
ASMR. Okay.
I can snap my pinky, guys. I can snap my pinky and my forefinger.
Okay.
Listen to this. Isn't that crazy?
That's talent right
Yeah.
there.
I can do it twice too. Oh wait. Nope.
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 That's a no
Can't
for
do
me,
it.
dog.
I'll edit it so it sounds really cool. It's gonna be like,
I was gonna say you should go on America's Got Talent.
yeah.
You're like, oh, what's his name, Randy? It's like, that's a no for me, dog.
Chancellor Randy Woodson.
No, Randy. What's his name? You know, on American Idol.
I haven't seen American Idol in a long.
Randy
time.
Jackson.
Jackson.
Randy Jackson. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure that's his name. Chancellor Randy Woodson, though, like, please come on our podcast.
That's right.
We would love to chat with you.
Yeah, this is
Talley.
a way to get your voice out to the students, the
The
people.
student body.
Yeah. Because after all, this is what the
Your
podcast
children.
is for. The
Aren't we
chillins.
all children of Chancellor Randy Woodson?
No.
You're right, we're not.
I hope not.
But I
That's a
feel
little
like
bit of,
he could be my
nepotism right
dad.
there. Yeah?
You know,
He's
he has
not,
dad
though.
vibes for sure.
But he's not.
Is he not? Does he have kids?
He probably has kids.
I'm sure.
Are there any little Woodsons running out there?
Any little Woodsons? Like, please let us know. I love how. Have you seen the show The Middle?
No. I know the song The Middle. No, I know the song.
Baby, why don't you just meet me in the middle?
I think that's
with
it.
me. I'm losing
losing
just a little. So
You can't just say words. I can't.
He's trying to read my lips. But was that not the song you were talking about? Or were you talking about?
I'm talking about Jimmy Eats World, The Middle.
Oh, wait, I know Jimmy Eats World, but I don't know that song.
What?
I don't know.
No way.
I'm sorry. Yes way. Anyways, The Middle is a great show. And I had a point that I was trying to make, Gardo. Can you
Yeah.
stop being so rude and interrupting me?
You know, another way to good way to make a point.
Podcast is over, you guys. There's too
We're
much
just
tension.
talking to ourselves right now.
Mad argument.
Yeah.
It's over.
Never let
Our
the
podcast
sun
relationship
set.
it's a breakup.
Never let the sun set on your anger. What's that?
Are you trying to make a quote right now, like a deep quote?
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Never let the sun set.
We can talk about our favorite quotes. Ooh, there's more people coming in.
Ooh, I have some favorite quotes in my notes.
Wait, okay, so I want
You
to talk
wanna
about the
see 'em?
show.
Okay.
So in this show, it's
Wait.
very funny. So it's about you can look
I'm
it up
so
while I'm talking
excited.
about it. It's about a family, just an average family kind of living in suburbia, and there's kind of 3 weird kids, and the youngest kid, his name is Brick, and he's kind of nerdy. He reads a lot of books. He's small.
What are we talking
he's
about?
like awkward in the show.
What show?
It's like on ABC Family or whatever
What's
it
it
was on.
called?
It's called
The Middle.
It's called The Middle.
Oh.
And so anyway, this kid, he's so funny. All these characters are just so hilarious. And he would, like, every other thing he says, he'll be like, "Oh, I have to go to the doctor." The doctor. And he'll just like turn, like, kind of put his chin towards his chest and just whisper to himself. And you never know why. It's just like
Interesting.
something weird he does.
Mm-hmm.
And I love doing it, but people never get my reference. So I'm going to start doing it because I think I'm a lot like Brick in a lot of ways.
Wait, so he just says something and then he says
Yeah,
it
he'll
quietly
be
to
like,
himself?
He'll be like, "I have a problem," or he's like, "That's a problem." A problem. Like he'll just like go
Interesting.
down and like whisper.
Hmm.
It's really funny. I really recommend that show. It's a good time.
I recommend the song The Middle. I would play it right now,
Should we
but
play it? That's like
we can't.
copyright.
It's copyright, yeah.
Yeah.
We
We're
can
gonna
only
make
do
our own little jingle. We're
That's
gonna
right.
do it because Gardo is actually, like I said earlier, he is a piano minor. He would be a major in it. He loves it.
maybe. I was thinking about if they offered a music major at State, I probably would have initially double majored in music and engineering and then realized
That's
that
a lot.
it's too much and probably would have ended up minoring
If
in
you did that, then we
music.
never would be able to do this podcast.
Exactly.
And the people want what people want.
That's true, and they want the podcast.
You do.
Whether you know
You
it or
are
not, you do.
being hypnotized right now.
I mean, you have listened to this podcast for a good little bit.
a good little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, we're almost at an hour of recording.
Really? Hour what?
An hour of recording right now.
That's actually a decent sized podcast.
But
Right, I'm sorry, you guys. I
Editing-
feel like editing down. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to edit out some little
this is
nasty
gonna be like
things.
the
that
third minute
Gardo
of the
said.
podcast.
The what? The
This is
third
like
minute.
the third minute.
It's just like us saying, "Hey, you guys. Okay, this has been a good podcast. Bye." Anyways, I think this was good.
Yeah.
This was kind of just a little, introduction, get to know us. We're kind of just getting our equipment set up. Thank the Lord that Gardo is with me because I would never figure out how to do all of this. But I'm going to work on the graphics. We're going to make this as legit as crap, y'all.
This is Jenna's idea, high on Percocet, and it's really.
Stop. That makes me sound bad. You guys, I had surgery, okay?
I'll cut it out.
It was a joke because every time I was telling him how I was having to take it for like the pain of my wrist,
Mhm.
but I would only take it at night because I didn't want to be crazy during the day, and it
Mhm.
would also make me drowsy. I think I actually don't really know how drugs work, and but it would like last for a really long time. And I told him every time I would take the medicine, I would sing that song. It's like Percocet, Molly Percocet, and he would like started singing with me. So then he would like text me at random times, going Percocet.
Yeah.
But yeah, good times.
Do you
Maybe
know?
that'll
Do you
be
guys know
our
why she broke her
intro.
wrist? Maybe you
no.
don't, and you'll find out
You
in the
will
next
find out.
episode.
Should that be the next episode?
That should be, yeah.
That will be, yeah. That'll be the next episode.
Along with other things.
Along with other things. We have a few lovely people that attend this lovely school that we would love to interview. And get, you guys should get to know them. They're cool people. 10 out of 10 human beings. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's kind of the plan as of now. We're hoping to
get up to 1,000 million
Yep,
followers.
yep.
We're just about
Oprah,
around
follow
1,000
us.
million away.
What if like someone like really big followed us, like Justin Bieber, like give a shout out, like that would just change our lives.
Yeah, I'm also.
We
sad
actually
that I
don't
said
really
1,000
care about like
million.
this actually blowing up. We just kind of want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can look back in like 30 years and be like, remember this time we podcasted?
If we
And
have,
then we'll
like-
be like, oh wait, we're still podcasting.
If we have like 100, if we walk around campus and someone that I do not know like mentions me or like says hello to me because of this podcast,
Yeah.
I will literally cry. I'll fall on my
I
knees.
won't cry.
You
Yeah.
better cry.
I won't cry. I've literally never cried in my life. Out of the womb, I was like,
It's a sociopath.
what's up?
It's okay. You guys. What's up? What's up, mama?
Good job, mama.
Good job, mama.
Proud of you, mama.
Yo, Papa, where you at? Where my daddy? You my daddy? You my daddy? Who's my daddy?
Chancellor Woodson.
We can kind of talk about what it's like being freshmen,
Yeah.
Our friendships, our
This is-
school,
this is
our
also for, like-
relationships.
Yeah. This is for future Wolfpack members. Members?
Wolfpack Club.
Wolfpack
Wait,
Alumni Association.
we can't let the Wolfpack Club get a reference in this unless they sponsor us.
Wait, what's the member of the Wolfpack called? A wolf?
You see, that's what I've always
Are we
struggled
all
with.
little
When
wolves?
I decided to come here, I was like, okay, so if you go to Clemson, you're the Clemson Tigers, you are a Tiger. If you go, to Baylor, you're like a bear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but if you come to
You
NC
go to-
State, you're a part of the Wolfpack. But like, you don't say, oh, I'm a wolf. I'm an NC State wolf. Like, you don't say that.
No one says wolf. They say wolf.
Well, no, and that's actually inaccurate.
She went whack.
No, because Mr.
Yes,
Wolf, Mr. Wolf, Mr.
Okay. Oh,
Am I not right? I'm
you're
100% right.
But we all don't become a wolf. Who's your daddy? Mr. Wolf.
No, we're a wolf. Woof.
Wolf.
Woof, woof, woof. But you know what I mean? Like, why can't we be individually wolves?
I think
We're
we
just a
can.
part of something greater than ourselves. That's actually really deep and sweet.
That is. We should stop the podcast now before it gets too deep. Any last minute things?
Honestly, I'm just going to say this. It's been a dream of mine. Send us some ideas. Follow us on Instagram, again, at Talley Talks. If you remember how to spell Talley, it does have an E before the Y. Yeah, and you can follow us individually.
I before E, except after C.
Yeah. I was always so confused about the spelling of their.
Which with there?
Like their bag. Like a
Their
possessive.
bag? Oh, yeah. Why?
I don't know, because the E and the I. No other there has an E and an I, Gardo.
Yeah, no other.
There-
That's why it's its own word.
Or they are. Oh my gosh. Then why'd you ask?
Ask what? I forgot what I asked.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.
It's been a pleasure. We out.